The Israel-Palestine conflict is a complex and enduring geopolitical struggle that has captured the world's attention for decades. This contentious relationship is rooted in a long and convoluted history that dates back thousands of years. To truly understand the dynamics at play in the region, we will embark on a journey through time, exploring the historical events and factors that have contributed to the puzzling and often tragic state of affairs we witness today. So, stay tuned. Ancient origins, biblical history, and the Promised Land. The origins of the Israel-Palestine conflict are deeply intertwined with the religious and historical narratives of both Israelis and Palestinians. It begins with the biblical account of the Jewish people's exodus from Egypt and their subsequent conquest of the land they consider their promised land. This belief has played a significant role in shaping the Jewish identity and their connection to the region. According to the biblical narrative, the Israelites established a kingdom under King David and later constructed the first temple in Jerusalem. However, their dominance over the land was disrupted by the Babylonian exile in 586 BCE and the subsequent construction of the Second Temple after their return. The First and Second Temples became symbols of Jewish sovereignty and were critical in shaping Jewish identity and attachment to the region. Roman conquest and diaspora, shaping Jewish identity. The Roman conquest of Jerusalem in 70 CE marked a pivotal turning point in the history of the Jewish people. The destruction of the Second Temple and the dispersion of Jewish communities, known as the Jewish diaspora, led to a scattering of Jewish populations across the world. Despite being separated from the physical land of Israel, Jewish identity remained deeply rooted in their historical connection to the region and their religious heritage. The rise of Islam and the Arab caliphates. In the 7th century, Islam emerged and rapidly spread throughout the Middle East. The region that now encompasses Israel and Palestine fell under Islamic rule as the Arab caliphates expanded their territories. Jerusalem, known as Al-Quds in Arabic, gained religious significance as the third holiest city in Islam, further complicating the historical and religious claims to the land. Crusades and Reconquista, Christian control of Jerusalem. The Middle Ages saw a series of military campaigns, known as the Crusades, launched by Christian European powers to recapture Jerusalem and the Holy Land from Muslim rule. These efforts were met with mixed success, with Jerusalem changing hands multiple times. The Crusades left a lasting legacy of religious tension in the region, as the Christian European powers sought to assert their control over the Holy Land. Ottoman Empire. Centuries of stability and diversity. The Ottoman Empire came to dominate the Middle East, including the territory now known as Israel and Palestine, in the 16th century. Under Ottoman rule, the region enjoyed relative stability and religious diversity, as Jews, Christians, and Muslims lived together under the empire's authority. Zionism and the Jewish return to Palestine. The late 19th and early 20th centuries saw the rise of the Zionist movement, which advocated for the establishment of a Jewish homeland in Palestine. This movement was driven by a desire to create a safe haven for Jews in the wake of rising anti-Semitism in Europe. The Balfour Declaration in 1917, in which the British government expressed support for the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine, marked a significant turning point in the Zionist cause, British Mandate and Arab Revolt. After World War I, the League of Nations granted Britain a mandate to govern Palestine, further inflaming tensions between Jewish and Arab communities. The growing Jewish presence and Zionist aspirations clashed with the Palestinian Arab population, leading to conflicts and violence. The Arab Revolt of 1936 to 1939 sought to resist British and Jewish control in the region. Holocaust and post, World War II immigration. The horrors of the Holocaust during World War II fueled international sympathy for the Jewish people, and many survivors sought refuge in Palestine. The British mandate was unable to contain the growing tensions between Jewish and Arab communities, and violence escalated. In 1947, the United Nations approved a partition plan which sought to divide Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states. The plan was accepted by the Jewish leadership but rejected by the Arab states, leading to further conflict. 1948 War of Independence, the birth of Israel. On May 14, 1948, David Ben-Gurion, the head of the Jewish Agency, declared the establishment of the State of Israel. This declaration led to the Arab-Israeli War, with neighboring Arab countries launching an invasion in support of the Palestinian cause. Israel emerged victorious, but the war resulted in the displacement of hundreds of thousands of Palestinian Arabs and the establishment of a lasting refugee crisis. Six-Day War and the occupation of the West Bank and Gaza Strip. The Six-Day War in 1967 saw Israel facing off against neighboring Arab states, leading to the occupation of the West Bank, Gaza Strip, and East Jerusalem. This marked a turning point in the Israel-Palestine conflict, as Israel now controlled territories with significant Palestinian populations. The Oslo Accords, a glimmer of hope. The 1993 Oslo Accords represented a ray of hope in the long and turbulent history of Israel-Palestine relations. These agreements between Israel and the Palestine Liberation Organization aim to establish a framework for peace negotiations, the creation of a Palestinian Authority, and eventual self-determination for the Palestinian people. The Accords marked the first time both parties recognized each other's right to exist. However, the promise of the Oslo Accords remained unfulfilled as negotiations stalled, and violence erupted in the form of suicide bombings and military operations. Second Intifada and the Gaza disengagement. The early 2000s witnessed the outbreak of the Second Intifada, a period of intense conflict marked by bombings, shootings, and a devastating toll on both Israeli and Palestinian civilians. The construction of Israeli settlements in the West Bank and the Gaza Strip became a major point of contention, leading to further unrest. In 2005, Israel unilaterally withdrew from the Gaza Strip, but tensions in the region continued to simmer. The Islamist group Hamas assumed control in Gaza, further complicating the path to a peaceful resolution. Stalled peace process and current realities. The Israel-Palestine conflict remains unresolved, and a comprehensive peace agreement has proven elusive. A range of issues, including the status of Jerusalem, the right of return for Palestinian refugees, the borders of a future Palestinian state, and the security of Israel, continue to be major points of contention. Both sides have suffered immense losses and have valid historical and cultural claims to the land. Attempts at peace negotiations, brokered by various international actors, have faltered repeatedly. The situation is further complicated by the proliferation of Israeli settlements in the West Bank, which many view as a major obstacle to a two-state solution. The Gaza Strip remains under a blockade by Israel, with limited access to resources and a high population density. The situation in Gaza is dire, with ongoing conflict and economic hardship affecting its residents. The way forward, a call for dialogue and diplomacy. The Israel-Palestine conflict is a tragic and puzzling historical journey that has left deep scars on both Israelis and Palestinians. Yet, it is essential to emphasize that there are no winners in this conflict. Both Israelis and Palestinians have endured suffering, loss, and pain, and the status quo is far from a sustainable solution. The only way forward is through dialogue, diplomacy, and a sincere commitment to finding a peaceful resolution. This involves addressing the legitimate concerns and aspirations of both sides, recognizing the historical and cultural connections each has to the land, and striving for a just and lasting solution that respects the rights and dignity of all involved. It is imperative that the international community and United Nations continues to advocate for a peaceful resolution and supports initiatives aimed at fostering understanding, tolerance, and coexistence. Thank you for joining us on this historical odyssey through the enigmatic tapestry of Israel-Palestine relations. If you found this video informative and thought-provoking, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more engaging content. If you have any questions or would like to share your thoughts on this topic, please leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear your perspective.